we are here at this beautiful resort called the Sabah Tea Resort, which is about 130 kilometers from Kota Kinabalu. Took us about 2 hours to drive to this place. Scenic views, mountainous region, and we are here going to shoot and show you a fantastic dish which is a take on the Indian classic fried prawns, where we fry prawns with semolina or rava. And the twist that we're going to be adding to this is we're going to do this with tea leaves. I know you guys must be surprised as to how you're going to add tea and prawns together, but let me show you how it is. So let's begin with introducing the dishes to you first, all the ingredients that we have over here. We have some fresh seawater prawns. These are not cultured, these are wild over here. And the lime leaf, the lemon peel that is put over here is to keep the prawns fresh. So that's something, a good learning that even I learned today. So the prawns are soaked in water and you throw a piece of lime so that the prawns are fresh. We have some padi chili over here, which is fiery red hot chilies. Some very fine semolina or rava as we call it back in our land. There's some fresh turmeric, ground, Sabah tea, black tea over here. We have some salt. There is honey over here, nice and fresh honey, locally produced honey. Fresh curry leaves, some lemon. We have matcha, green tea, which we're going to be using as a garnish, chili powder, and fresh tea leaves. So on a slow heat, you put the tea and let it roast. So once the tea is roasted, it actually gives out its aroma, and when the aroma starts getting a bit stronger, that's when you switch off and put the tea leaves back in a plate where you let it cool. So we're going to mix semolina with a little bit of salt, just to give it a light flavor. So you could use semolina that's fine, you could use semolina that is even slightly. We use about a tablespoon and a half of tea while the oil is getting hot over here. So the prawns over here are, you can see the legs are removed, the head is intact. We're going to keep the head, a few of the heads for garnish. So we pull the head off. We shell the prawns. We keep the tail intact though, this way. And then we're going to devein it. We cut the prawns. You see the vein, we pull the vein off. We pull the vein off. And then we're going to get this prawn to a totally different size. So what I'm going to do here is we've got to cut the prawns and make it a bit big. So make it almost double in size. So you see the prawns are double than what it was over here. And we're going to marinate this. So we put the prawns into a bowl. We're adding some lime juice to the prawns. A little bit of salt. Not too much because we added some salt already in the crust that we're going to be frying it with. Some chili powder. You can make it as spicy as you want. A little bit of turmeric. And you mix the prawns. Let it stay here for about 3 to 4 minutes. We have some fresh curry leaves over here. Finally, we do some chiffonage of curry leaves. We add this to the prawns. We give it another mix. Now that we've finished marinating the prawns, we've left it for about 20 minutes. If you need to know where the oil is at the right temperature, you take a wooden toothpick, just put it in the center, and if it bubbles, that means the oil is at the right temperature. So we take each prawn and we crust them. You don't crust the tails, we just crust the prawns. So there you go, we're crusting each prawn. So there you go, we have about 20 prawns over here. It's time to deep fry the prawns. So we slowly lower them one by one. They should take about a minute to fry, not more. You could also do them in batches. So the prawns are done. We take them out. You see it's got a nice coating of the tea dust. To make the dip, what we're going to be having with the prawns, so we add some lime and some honey, some party chilies. We just give it a little mix, crush the chilies so that the spiciness of the chilies gets released into the sauce or the dip that you're making. So you add a little bit of tea decoction, not too much. Give it a mix again. And I'm going to show you two different platings for the dish. The first one, we're going to take a platter. We have some Japanese matcha over here. We dust it with some Japanese matcha green tea. We arrange the prawns by the side. Pour a little of your dip. And leave them in the center. So that's plating one. So that's the first one. The second one is going to be wherein we take 4 shot glasses, spoon a little dip into the sauces, into the glass. Like about 2 tablespoons should do. Make sure you have all the components, a little bit of chili as well. And then you arrange your prawns in the glass. One per person, and garnish your glass with 2 leaf and a bud. If you like the astringency and the tannins of tea, they are perfectly fine to bite off. So there you go, we have 2 different types of prawns which has been plated. One is on a platter and one is on shot glasses. So over here you have some prawns with the dip which is already inside, and could go as a perfect cocktail snack. So at the Sabah Tea Resort, I hope you've enjoyed this. We've cooked tea crusted prawns over here for y'all with some matcha, with some black tea. We've got some fresh tea. We've infused them with tea decoction. A beautiful dip which is going to be a little sweet, little lemony, little spicy, and a perfect evening for a cocktail dinner. It's just finished raining out there and it's a bit nippy over here right now, and excellent to go with some chilled beer or some very nice single malt. So I hope you enjoyed. Keep watching. There's more to come. And don't forget. See you. Bye-bye.